Hello, we're here at Resourcing Tomorrow 2025. Joining me in the Proactive studio is Mark Hayward. He's the CEO of EDM Resources. Mark, very good to see you.
Great to see you, Stephen.
So tell us, what brings you to Resourcing Tomorrow?
Well, we had an opportunity to come and represent Nova Scotia, Canada, which is a province which is growing in its mining identity, if you like. There's a big change happening in the province. Of course, EDM is part of that. We have a mine in the province near the airport of Stanfield.
And the sorts of conversations you're having with investors here?
Been very positive. I think this is the first time we've been to Mines and Money in London, for a very long time anyway. And I think there's been an awakening experience. People got to know that EDM has a mine in Nova Scotia which is about to go into production. And it's a critical minerals mine too. So that means that people are having more interest in the company and of course in our project.
Tell us a little bit more about the Scotia mine and the potential you're seeing there.
Okay, so the Scotia mine, we have zinc, lead, gypsum, silver and gold. So we multi-element mine, if you like, focus on the zinc, of course, so that's the main ore body. So the mine has about a 14-year mine life currently. 6 or 7 of that is permitted. We're going through the final permitting process with the federal government, which is the Fisheries Act authorisation. We expect to have that in place sometime next year with a view to announcing going into production sometime next year as well. That probably is going to be Q3 of 2026.
You were out with some assays a couple of months back. Encouraged by what you've seen?
Absolutely. That was a bit of a surprise. That we were looking for some rare earth elements inside our concentrate. And when we discovered high-grade gold in our concentrates, we were kind of a bit surprised of where that came from. We knew there was a hint of that in some of the old production reports, but they weren't getting value in that operation at that stage. So it was kind of forgotten about it. And speaking to some of the previous operators, some friends of mine, I guess, they mentioned, yeah, we did have some gold, but we never had a chance to look into that. So where is it coming from? We're not sure. Is it high-grade gold? Yes. I think my feeling is it's somehow associated with the mineralisation event post the zinc and lead mineralisation, and that could be under the existing Mississippi Valley style mineralisation, the limestone, in the Maguma. I don't know, but there's a lot of structure happening in the deposit and on the mine site. So that's just another opportunity we can see to add to the Scotia mine's already robust economics.
And a good time, of course, to be discovering gold, isn't it?
Apparently. Well, it looks like it's going to $5,000 an ounce, which is obviously very, very important. Silver is also going up. Zinc is also going up. Zinc has had a very strong demand. I mean, we're on the cusp of change in energy obviously for green energy, and zinc is part of that. Zinc is also part of the cycle of protecting steel, galvanizing steel. And I was saying at the conference today, a lot of people don't know what that means. Galvanizing steel protects steel, which means steel lasts longer. It also goes into many other products that we use on a daily basis. Galvanized nails, that's zinc-coated nails. Our vehicles are often coated, the chassis are coated in zinc to protect the steel from rusting from obviously the roads and just general wear and oxidation. So zinc is growing. I think gypsum is also growing in terms of industrial base. Gypsum is used in plaster of Paris, wallboard manufacturing and things like that. So all these commodities that are expected to be produced from the Scotia mine as early as next year are increasing in value. Well, I think we're on a very good cycle for the Scotia mine.
Sounds like a very positive period for the company. Thank you very much for coming down and sharing.
Appreciate it, Stephen. Thank you.
That's Mark Hayward. He's the CEO of EDM Resources.